It is, what day is it today? Saturday, July 26th, and we are exactly 10 weeks out from show. I woke up, did my check-ins, took some footage of that, hit a new low weigh-in, 149.1. And the other day I was 150 flat. So that's exciting. We're like a pound down. We're about 2 pounds down actually this past week. So things are moving well. Sent the check-ins off to my coach. He's happy with everything. Doesn't look like any changes right now. So we're just going to continue on as is. And I am just now having my first meal of the day. Probably my least glamorous meal right now. 50 grams of ground turkey, 2 hard-boiled eggs, and then 50 grams of veggies, salt on top. And that's it. And a black coffee. So I'm going to have this. I have one in-person client for personal training this morning. I only have the one client on the Saturday. And then I'm going down to Hamilton for a photo shoot. We're doing like a beach bikini style shoot, which I'm excited for. I actually love my physique right now because you're like starting to get lean at 10 weeks out. Like for like general population, you're pretty lean. But I'm not like so skin and bones that I can't stand to look at myself. So it's a really good point for a shoot. So gonna eat this, gonna head out, train my client, probably come back, grab some stuff, and then head down to Hamilton. So yeah, that's about it. I will check in with you guys a little bit later, probably when I am on the road. Let me turn down my jazz for a minute here. All right, we are like half an hour out from the photo shoot location. This shoot is at Hamilton Beach. I don't think I've actually been there before, but I've been to Hamilton a million times. It's a pretty easy drive. It's not too far. So super simple. Very excited for this one. The photographer, I've never worked with her before, but I've been following her on Instagram for a hot minute. She works primarily with like fitness people, but she'll do like lifestyle content as well. So really great style. Her name is Stephanie, if I haven't mentioned it. I believe her business name is Blackstone Media. So yeah, it's just like a half an hour mini shoot. She just like released a whole whack of times for this afternoon and into the morning, and just said, you know, everyone gets a 30-minute slot, first come, first serve. So I booked this, I think when I was like maybe 13 or 12 weeks out. No, probably more like 14 weeks out. Knowing that I had like a month to get a little bit leaner, and yeah, not that like you have to be super lean to do a shoot. Like I've done photo shoots in like peak bulk physique. Obviously I find shoots are easier when you're a little leaner, but you should celebrate your body in all phases. And even when you are a little thicker, it's still worth doing the shoot, because you'll look back and be like, wow, like I'm glad I captured that specific phase. I'm glad like I'm still able to put myself in those situations and be confident and enjoy the body that I'm in, even though it's not like your typical, I don't know, aesthetically pleasing body that everyone wants to see. Because it's so funny when you're in prep. It's just the hype and the attention online is so different compared to when you're in peak bulk and you're not getting the same sort of like praise. I don't know. Not that I care about that or I need that. It's just, that's just how the world is. That's how it goes. So anyways, excited to do this shoot. And I figured while we're on the drive, I can just do a little chit chat update. Yeah, so coach got back to check-ins this morning. He is happy. I think in his eyes, he'd like to see like a 2-pound drop every single week leading towards show. That'll just put us in a really good point to be as shredded as we possibly can be, because that was some of the feedback from last show. Like, not that I was not conditioned, I just needed to come in a little tighter, more so in like my hamstrings and my glutes. So we got to push the envelope a little bit more this year for that conditioning. But besides that,
we're on track. Like, everything seems good. He's happy. I'm happy. I'm feeling good. This is still such a seamless prep. Like, I keep waiting for it to get really difficult. I keep waiting to feel super hungry. Like, don't get me wrong, in the evening, my stomach's grumbling a little bit, and I have my moments of lower energy, but it's fine. Like, training has been great. Day-to-day has been great. I don't know, this prep's just felt different for sure than previous preps in a multitude of ways. Like, second prep compared to my first was, like, obviously so different. Like, different coach, different protocols, different approaches. I went from, managing my own sort of eating with an app and doing, like, if it fits your macros, to having a meal plan, which I prefer way more. Like, just tell me what to eat. Don't leave that shit up to me. I don't want to think about it. The cardio was different. Like, my first prep, it was a lot of, like, HIIT training, which leading up into show is incredibly fatiguing and was super rough on the body. Matt is more so, like, low intensity, steady state. I would, I have fasted cardio in the morning, and then I'll have, like, a little stint of cardio post training. It just, like, managed the fatigue so much better. And I noticed that was such a big difference in my second prep compared to my first. Mentally was in a much better place. Like, I do think as you go through multiple preps, you mature. The first one, I feel like my temper was definitely shorter. Like, I wouldn't say it was an asshole or anything, but I feel like after that first prep, I learned to, like, manage my fatigue and my emotions a lot more. Because at the end of the day, like, you choose to prep. You choose this journey. You choose to be tired. You choose to be sore. You choose to be hungry. That is no one else's fault. And to sit there and be grumpy or to take it out on the people in your life is so unfair. And it ruins not just, like, the sport for everyone else in your life. Because you would hate to be such a dick that, like, everyone in your life is, like, begging you to not do this anymore, and they have a terrible perception of what bodybuilding is. But it ruins it for you. Like, you can't have a good experience. You're not going to have a good prep. You're not going to be going into your show in a positive mindset if you've been grumpy and miserable your whole prep. So, not that I was a terrible, terrible person in that first prep, but I feel like I've become even more positive as the years have gone by with this. You learn to roll with the punches and just take those low energy periods when they come and do what you can do, and you learn to just manage it way better over time. So that's another big difference. But even compared to last year, like, I notice my energy just feels so much better this year. Like, emotionally, I just feel, like, even more positive and excited this year. Another big difference is I have significantly cut down on consumptions of gum, energy drinks, artificial sweeteners, like sugar-free sauces. Like, I would use not, like, a mass amount of that stuff, but enough to kind of, I don't know, give me a little treat, as I used to say. Like, just anything to add a little bit of joy. So yes, I guess in the moment, like, you get that dopamine spike and it feels so good because things taste sweet, or you get that, like, crisp energy drink and you're like, oh my God, that's exactly what I needed. It like, so good, just, like, brings you out of your little slump. But, like, it does make you feel shittier. And it's hard to explain it because, like, when you're using all that stuff, you don't notice it. And then the moment you cut it all out, it's like, wow, like, my digestion feels better. My stomach feels better. Like, I feel more clarity. I actually have less cravings when I don't use that crap. Like, it's not worth it. Not to mention, like, the amount of, like, bloating and, like, sorry, TMI, I guess, but, like, this is bodybuilding for you. The amount of, like, bloating and, like, gas, constipation, upset stomach, poor gut motility when I was, like, chewing a mass amount of gum or using a bunch of, like, sugar-free sauces. It was awful. And, like, again, you don't know that that's the culprit until you remove it. And then all of a sudden you feel a million times better. It's like, oh, it's not worth it. Like, that little moment of dopamine, that little moment of, like, deliciousness is just not worth feeling like ass the rest of the day. So really proud of myself for making that adjustment and just having the discipline to stay away from that stuff, because it is really easy to like fall into that and get like a little hooked on it during prep, for sure. Like no energy drinks, no gum. I allow myself one Diet Pepsi in the evening, and I cut myself off at a certain time. Like I'm not sitting there till like 10 o'clock at night chugging Diet Pepsis. It's like before 9 p.m. like I'm done. I have that Diet Pepsi and I'm done for the night, and then I'm just drinking water or tea for the rest of the night, and that's been working really well for me. So super proud of that. I would say another big difference this prep is the food noise. Like first prep was the worst for it. I would watch so many like food review, mukbang, whatever videos on YouTube. I was so into that stuff on Instagram and like TikTok. Even last year, like I would still kind of like get into those wormholes on TikTok of watching like food reviewers and mukbangers and all kinds of like the crumble cookie reviews, and I'd sit there and be like, oh my god, I can't wait to have like a big cookie when I get off stage. And it's this year, like that stuff still kind of comes up on my timeline, and I'll watch like a little bit of it, to be honest, but I feel like I'll like watch one or two and then I'm like, yeah, okay, and I'll just scroll on through. Like I don't sit there for hours just being like, more I need more. It's not the same this year, and I don't sit there all day long looking at the clock waiting for my next meal, just like living from meal to meal, because that is such a terrible feeling. And I think part of it is A, again, maturing in the sport, but B, my lifestyle is so much different this year, where I'm not working from home, sitting there all day long from 9 till 5 on my butt. Like I'm in and out of the house, I'm training clients in person, I'm running out to do F45 classes. I'll pop in like sometimes in the afternoon and do some computer work, but it's not this like endless just sitting on my butt at home and staring at the clock. And that keeps your mind busy. Like that, at the end of the day, that is one of the most important things I can say about prep if you're going through it for the first time, is stay busy. Make plans with friends, go outside, I don't know, go on dates. Like just do something that gets you out of the house and doesn't have you sitting thinking about how hungry you are, how tired you are. Because at the end of the day, you are not as hungry or tired as you truly think you are. This is not suffering. It feels like it sometimes. I get it, but it's not suffering. It is a very short-term dig. You will be fine. You will live. So stay busy, and I'm really glad that I'm doing that this year. And then physically for this prep, like, I don't know, really interesting. I feel like my body is losing fat differently this time around. My first 2 seasons of competing, I feel like from the waist up, I would get like so shredded so fast, and then my lower half would just like not even budge until the last like, I don't know, 5 weeks maybe, which is the most frustrating thing ever. When like one part of you looks so good and then the rest is just like not doing anything whatsoever, and you're just begging it to like, please, for the love of God, do something. This year, I feel like I am losing it actually a lot more evenly. Like I can already see some hamstring, like some adductors on my back pose. I feel like my glutes have leaned down a lot quicker this year. My back, like historically posterior and below the waist for me is so stubborn, but this year like everything is just kind of losing fat all at the same time. I don't feel quite as shredded from the waist up, but everything seems to just be like on an even level of leaning down. So pros and cons, I guess. Like I'm kind of happy with it. I think that also comes from the fact that like I just didn't pack on a mass amount of extra body fat in the off season this year. Like comparing my off-season photos this past season to like the season prior, like, oh my God, the amount of like fat that I would just have in my bum and in the back of my legs and even into my back, like just, it was so much extra weight there that just took more time to come off. Whereas this year, I feel like any fat, well, I did gain fat in the off season, but the body fat that I did gain in the off season almost was more proportionate and evenly spread all over my physique, as opposed to just packing so much onto my lower half. So big win there. I think those are kind of the major, I don't know, thoughts that I had about prep so far and how this year is going. But yeah, having a good time. No pressure, enjoying it. There's a little bit of pressure. I have goals for sure. There's things that I want to achieve this year, but I can only control that so much, and that just comes down to me working my bum off and giving it all that I can, no cutting corners, and just continuing to execute day in and day out. So I am about 60 minutes out now from the beach, so I'm gonna hop off, finish off this drive, and I'm hoping I can capture some footage of the shoot while I'm there. So see you there.
All right, vlog. It's time for meal one. It is 9:18 in the morning. Normally I have meal one at like 6 a.m. on most days, just because I have a really early start with clients. So I love this for me. It's kind of a nice treat to have like meals pushed. Anyone in prep understands this feeling. It's the exact same meal one as yesterday. 2 eggs, 50 grams of ground turkey, 50 grams of veg. I actually made the eggs in the pan today because I have time. So slay, we take what we can get. And then black coffee, the usual. So today's plans are pretty chill actually. I've got about 3 clients, online clients, that I need to set up. So I'm gonna be working on their programming and nutrition plans today, and probably gonna head out to do some steps. I'm trying to figure out if I wanna go outside and walk or if I wanna go to the gym, get some steps in, and then pose. So we got options today, which is nice. So I'll keep you posted, but I'm gonna eat this and then probably get some work started. So check in with you in a bit. All right guys, it's a little later in the afternoon. Well, it's 10:48, it's the morning. Took the dog out for a walk and got myself a little cleaned up, and now I am going to make my creamy for tonight. I get Greek yogurt on my rest days, so twice a week I get a Greek yogurt meal, which I've been turning into a creamy lately, and it really slaps. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. First things first, Greek yogurt. I get 175 grams of it, so I'm gonna put it into my little creamy container, put it on my scale, tare it, and weigh this out. Okay, now I'm gonna add my protein powder.
I am feeling like the ice cream cookie sandwich flavor from PBL. I use their ISO Gold. Code Alicia for 15% off all PBL, FYI. So we get 30 grams of protein, and then I'm gonna add in like a small little teaspoon of xanthan gum, which helps with like kind of the soft servy texture. And that's basically it. I'm gonna add some water. I probably fill it up about like halfway with water just to give it more volume. And then it's gonna go into the freezer until later tonight. And yeah, then we'll blend it and make our creamy. I get some granola with that too and some berries. So top tier. The moment that that meal gets taken out of my plan, I'm going to be a very unhappy girl. So we'll take it while we can get it. A little bit later, it's like 4:30 in the afternoon. We as in me and Alex, ran some errands. We went to Rona to pick up paint chips because I want to paint my bathroom. Went to Zehrs, picked up some food, got the big clamshells of blueberries. $1 Canadian for blueberries. So I bought 8 clamshells and threw them all in the freezer because I needed frozen berries anyways. So heck yeah, we love that. And now I am actually at the gym. Yeah, I decided I would come here to do steps. I don't know, where am I at? I'm over 13,000, but that's including cardio from this morning, and I need like 13,000, not including steady state cardio. So I've got about like 7,000 steps to get. So I'm gonna pop in, use the treadmill, read a book while I'm on there, and then I'm gonna pose. So yeah, probably show you guys the posing. I'll kind of walk you through like the new routine and some of the things we're thinking about and working on this year, because posing is continuous. Like, you don't like learn it for your first show and then you're like, I'm good and I never have to learn anything new and I've perfected it and we're good. Like, every single year there is something to tweak, some lesson to learn from past season. So yeah, we're still like, this is the most confident I've ever felt in my posing, but there's still some work to do. So I'll show you kind of where we're at with that, and yeah, check in with you in a little bit. Okay. I always get so freaking out of breath. So the big thing this year with my routine. Last year was very like bubblegum, pink, Barbie, friendly girl next door vibes, which was adorable. And I did love it. Like, don't get me wrong, my stage look with the blonde hair and the curls and everything, very cute. However, this year I've been working with Sylvia, my posing coach, to bring more of like a darker, sexier vibe, not quite so girly, friendly. So not as much smiley, like kind of smiling, but like smizing, you know? Different vibe, like thus the dark hair this year. I think I'm gonna straighten it, like very much just a darker vibe, which I'm kind of loving this time around. So just trying to like, obviously right now my main focus is just the posing itself, and hitting the poses like quickly, correctly, getting the timing down. Like that doesn't have to be perfect yet, but you know, I'm starting to keep it in mind. And then like once that feels more confident, I think I'm gonna like really start to bring in more of like work around the facial expressions, because I'm still trying to figure out the timing of like when to like smile a bit more, when to pull back and be a little more like sexy. Like there's just, yeah, there's a lot to think about with that too. So last time I just went up there and just smiled my little face off and that was fine, but this time it's like I need to be a little more theatrical. So trying to find the balance with that. What else? My posing this year, like it does feel good. My back pose has always been a problem for me, like getting my like adductors to pop. Like I feel like that's coming along better this year already. Getting my left scap to actually like open up, that's always been a thing for me, so really focusing on that. And then some of my side poses, like my right side pose, like when I'm facing my right side out, that is a little hard for me to twist in my mid spine. So just really working on making sure I can like rotate around properly without opening up my hips too much, and then, you know, my small little waist no longer looks so small. So little things like that, just trying to like keep cues in mind. There's definitely still some transitions that I'm trying to figure out, like between my like back into my side pose when doing mandatories. There's some things that I need to clean up because I keep trying to like want to rotate fully instead of like get into my side, stuff like that. So little details seem to be the thing I'm focusing on more this year, whereas last year by this time I was still trying to just like master the poses, and that's a bad feeling. So I think we're like ahead of the game this year when it comes to posing compared to previous seasons, which is lovely. I just need to like stay on top of things. Last year I think I would kind of like this far out, 10 weeks out, there was no way that I was like posing every day. This year I'm like non-negotiable. Like we are coming in here, I don't care if it's a rest day, I don't care if you just need to get steps, like you will come in after and you will get some posing done. So that's where I'm at with that. It's like 5:30 now, so I'll probably pose a little bit more and then wrap up and go home, have my creamy. I still have a bit of client work to do, and then I am calling it a night because Monday I have to be at Sablick for 6:30 for my first client. So that means we got to get up around 4:30ish to get my cardio done first. So I love prep. I do, but these are long days. So probably gonna call it here for the vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.